Mr. Stone, you are actual volunteer president and one of co-founders of the World Space Week Association. Can you tell us for scientific expedition more about history and present of the association?
Yeah, World Space Week Association was founded to inspire children about space, educate the public about space, and show public support for space programs. And we use the idea of a media event like Earth Day. Earth Day is a time when the world celebrates the environment and kids learn about it in school. Well, space needs its Earth Day, and so what started out as Space Week and later became World Space Week is the same idea. Many events all over the world in a narrow point in time, this 1 week, and by doing so, the event organizers not only reach the people who attend these events, but they also reach people through media coverage of these events. So we seek participation by teachers, in the schools. We have astronomy clubs looking at the stars, aerospace companies showing their hardware, rockets launching, model rockets, all kinds of rockets, science museums. And so we have hundreds and hundreds of events in over 60 countries now. And so we work closely with the United Nations and with national coordinators such as yourself in Croatia, who do so much of the work, and finally through event holders, hundreds and hundreds of them all around the world. So we're very pleased.
How do you inspire young students to participate in activities? I mean, regarding youth inspiration program.
Well, first of all, there are two levels. We want to be able to reach children where they are, in their classrooms. So we encourage teachers all over the world at all levels, all subjects, to use space during World Space Week to inspire their students, because space has this appeal all around the world, across all cultures and languages. It has an appeal that excites children about their future. If they want to go to space, great. Then you better learn history and math and language and science and everything. So this gives them a reason to study hard. And every few years, we also hold the Youth Inspiration Program, which flies students from many countries on a zero-gravity plane. It's like flying in space because it flies parabolas. And so on like 30 seconds of that parabola, you're floating. And you can see the kids all holding hands from countries all over the world. So it's kind of the peak event. But the foundation is in the classrooms all over the world with teachers inspiring their students during World Space Week.
Can you tell us, please, what is the theme for 2013, for this year?
Yeah, every year we have a theme. It's guidance for the event holders. This year it's exploring Mars and discovering Earth. And the idea is that by exploring our sister planets, if you will, who have been very Earth-like, like Mars, we can look into our own past. We can understand climate change. There was clearly climate change on Mars. We see ancient riverbeds. What happened? What might that mean for our own planet? We're looking for life on Mars. If there was life on Mars, how did it evolve? And what does that mean for how life evolved on Earth? So we're trying to show that exploring the solar system is not only for science for its own sake, but it helps us learn about our own world.
How do you see the future of the World Space Week Association?
Our goal is to get the whole world to celebrate space during World Space Week, October 4th through 10th each year. And every year we, with the help of national coordinators such as yourself, we find more and more and more people who will hold events, more teachers, and so every year it builds and builds and builds. Our goal is to foot on the gas and keep accelerating, growing this event around the world.
You are employed in NASA as Manager of Program Integration in NASA's Commercial Crew and Cargo Program Office. Can you describe your job and your connection with International Space Station, ISS?
Yeah, I should mention my World Space Week connection is as a volunteer. I'm very proud to serve as the volunteer president of the association. But my day job is with NASA, as you mentioned. I work in the Commercial Crew and Cargo Program Office. Many people have heard of SpaceX, the company that is now launching cargo to the International Space Station. Our office was their largest investor. We helped fund their development and the demonstration of their Falcon 9 launch vehicle and their Dragon cargo carrier that rendezvous and berths with the International Space Station, delivers cargo and returns cargo back to Earth. So we help them get ready for those regular flights. In fact, there's one of their Dragons at the space station right now. We're also investing in the second company's efforts, that of Orbital Sciences Corporation. They are also building a launch vehicle. In this case, it's called the Antares. They'll be testing it soon, and a capsule called the Cygnus, which will also deliver cargo to the space station. So our office stimulates the commercial sector's availability of services that then NASA and others can buy. And so we have a very close relationship with the International Space Station program. They're the customer, if you will, of these services, and now they're routinely buying these cargo flights, and so we're very, very pleased about that. And we look for additional opportunities where we can stimulate capabilities in the private sector that NASA can then be a customer of. So the government doesn't have to do these routine things. We can spin them off into industry, where sometimes they can do things more efficiently, and then they can sell to other customers. And where this might take us in the future is a more vibrant commercial market in space. Companies using space to do research, other companies helping them do that research. We want to create a very successful commercial space industry this way.
Here in Croatia, we started one research project to find out, is it possible to raise children on Mars? What do you think about Mars One project and possible colonization of Mars starting in 2023? Just your personal opinion.
Well, it's the personal opinion of many, including myself, that colonization of the inner solar system is a natural stepping stone of humankind. In America, we particularly had this history of an ever-expanding frontier, west and west and west. And so we've gone as far west as we can. So the next place is up. And so many of us view the exploration efforts as simply a first step in I mentioned commerce, starting in low Earth orbit is a second step, and finally, just habitation, people living and working in space. So I see this as moving in steps, starting in low Earth orbit, maybe in the Earth-Moon system, eventually in Mars, and we've already seen just announced a week or two ago, effort to send a couple around Mars and back to Earth. SpaceX wants to land its Dragon on Mars, so we're already beginning to see some commercial activities in Mars. And NASA and many of the other space agencies around the world are working together on plans to go to Mars. So I think Mars has great potential. Unlike the Elton John song, maybe it is a good place
Yes, okay, thank you. I would like to thank you very much on behalf of our listeners in Croatia, and I wish you, to you and to World Space Week Association, all the best. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and I congratulate Croatia for celebrating World Space Week so vibrantly this year.
Okay, thank you.